The ICEVI, the Nippon Foundation Mathematics Package for Teachers. Title of the video: Multiplication involving a 4-digit number. Let us multiply 64 with 3856. So here 64 is the multiplier and the multiplicand has 4 digits. Now we are using this expanded form template to multiply. We are breaking 64 into 6 by 10 plus 4 multiplied by 1. Now we are taking the 4 digits of the multiplicand, take one at a time and multiplying it with the 64 in the expanded form approach. So what we have to do? Now we have to set number 6 in the expanded form template in the 10th column and 4 in the unit column. Now the right column is the reference column. So the multiplicand 3856, either you can start with the 3 or start with the 6. So we are taking the number 6 of the multiplicand 3856 and multiply it with the multiplier. So here we are multiplying it with the 60. So why 60? To the right of the multiplier 6 there is an empty box. That means that is 0. So whenever there is an empty box, we have to start the operation with the 0. Now 6 and 6 should be multiplied. Then we get the number 360. Now move the 6 to 4. Now 4 and 6 when you multiply, you get 24. You get 24. So what is the value? When you add them, you get 384 as the value. So when you multiply 6 with 64, you have got 384. Now your multiplication of 6 with 64 is over. Now we have to keep the 384 separately. Now one number of the multiplicand has been multiplied with the multiplier 64. Now let us start multiplication of 64 with the next digit of the multiplicand from the right, that is 5. So put the 5 in the reference column. So now after 6 there is an empty box. So that means you start with 0. Now 5 and 6 when you multiply, you get to 30. So the multiplied value becomes 300. Now 5 has been multiplied with 60. Now move the 5 to the unit column, that is 4. 4 and 5 you get 20. So what is the resultant value? The resultant value is 320. Now the important rule is placement of this 320 with the multiplied value of the first number 6 with 64. Now look at the placement of 5 with respect to 6 of the multiplicand 3856. So 5 is one column to the left of the number 6. So similarly, the multiplied value of 5 with 64 should also be placed in such a way that you skip one column in the right and place it from the next column. Now next we have to multiply 8. So let us put 8 in the reference column. Now as the box after 6 is empty, so that means that is 0. So you start with 0. 6 and 8, it is 48. So it is 48. Now you are through with the multiplication of 8 with 60. Now 8 with 4, that is 32. So that becomes 32. Now what is the value of it? When you add 480 and 32, you get 512. Now where to place this 512? Now look at the position of 8 with respect to 5. 5 is one column to the right of 8. So that means 8 is one column to the left of 5. So the multiplied value with the 64 should also be kept in such a way that you leave one column in the right. Now you are through with the multiplication of 8 with the 64. Now final digit is there, that is 3. Now you put the 3 in the reference point. The right column to the 6 is empty. Then you have to start with the 0. So that is 0. 6 and 3, that is 18. So that is 18. So you have got 180. Now your multiplication of 60 with 3 is over. Then 3 and 4 should be multiplied. 3 and 4 when you multiply, that is 12. So when you add 180 with 12, you get 2. In the 10th column you get 9, and in the unit column you get 1. So 180 plus 12 is 192. Well, the child will be able to do some mental calculation also to add these numbers, or you can use abacus, which is a wonderful device for addition and multiplication, etc. Now where to place this 192? Now 512 is the multiplied value of 64 with 8. As 3 is one column to the left of 8, then the placement of 192 should also be placed in such a way that you skip one column in the right. Now we have to add all the numbers. If the digits are just 2 in the multiplicand, you get 2 values. As the digits are 4 in the multiplicand, you get 4 values. So the meaning is, in the second value there is one column left, that is 0 in the right side of that number. In the third number there are 2 columns left, so that means 2 zeros in the right side of the number. In the final number there are 3 columns left, that means there are 3 zeros in the right side of the number. Now the child can understand by exploring the numbers how the multiplied value increases with the increase in the place value of the multiplicand 2. Now 6 is in the unit column. So multiplication of 6 with 64 is a 3-digit number. 5 is in the 10th column. So that means it is 50. So 50 multiplied with the 64. And then the third 8 is in the 100th column. That means it is 800 multiplied with the 64. And finally it is 3. That means 3 is in the 1000th column. So it is 3000 multiplied by 64. So you get a 6-digit number. Now you have to add everything. So it is a simple addition. You can use abacus also to do the addition. Now that we have these braille markings, ask the child to add. So 4000, that is 4. 8000, that is 8. Then you go to the third column. 322, that is 7. 322, that is 7. Then the next one is 312, that is 6. 312, that is 6. Then you go to the fifth column, that is 5 and 9, that is 14. So we have to go for 4 and one more number left, that is 1 is added to that, then you get 2. So the result is 246,784.